Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, let me say a pleasant evening to you. If you are watching us from Liberia, we say God bless you. Thank you for being here with us today on this Saturday evening. I want to give God praise. I want to bless the name of the Lord for His grace and His mercy upon our lives. It is absolutely a great day, and we give praise to the Lord for everything He has done for us. Want to give God praise. Thank you for following us. I want to bless the name of the Lord for everything He has done. Let me welcome each and every one of you to the Action Require Media. This is Let's Talk Liberia. We are thrilled again to be here on this platform to talk about Liberia, uh, our country. A lot has been going on. We might not be able to mention everything that is going on in our country. We don't try to make the news, we try to discuss the news here. And so the things that are very important for us to talk about, we will talk about them, but it is always a great and a good thing for us to be here, for us to talk to you Liberians, wherever you are. Um, and before we, move forward into our discussion, again, as a constant reminder that here we discuss national issues from a biblical perspective. I just want to read quickly um, a scripture, but before I do that, I want to say that a happy new month to every one of you. This is the month uh, of Christmas. We are happy that we will be opportune to celebrate the birth of our Lord and King Jesus Christ. So I'd say a happy new month to you, the month of December. Um, I want to read for a scripture that will guide our conversation today. Psalm 33. I want to read two verses, verses 11 and 12. And that is what it says. It said, "The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations." Then verse 12, which is our concentrated verse, it says, "Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his inheritance." I want you to, ponder and, meditate on these few words from the Word of God, because again, the best, the best thing we can do as a country for ourselves and our posterity is to get God involved into all of our dealings, into all of our national activities. We have to get God involved, and we have to recognize Him as our God. Psalm says that blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. We are blessed, we are happy, we become happy people if we recognize, if our nation recognizes God as our God. And that is very important, because of recent things we've been seeing. It does not suggest that. But we, as children of God in Liberia and in the diaspora, we have to stand up for the principles of God in our nation. We have to prove that we belong to God. And so we should always pray for our country that the the name of the Lord will always be in our national discussions. And that's what we do here. So I want you to think about, think about that scripture, meditate on it. Let me read it again. It said, "The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance." That's Psalm 33, 11 to 12. Mr. Kroman, God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Uh,
you, thank you.
yes, sir.
Thank,
How are you? How's everything going on with you?
I'm doing great, Pastor Wallo. How are you? How is my lighting? How is the light? How is my lighting? Is it okay? I need to switch location a little bit.
Well, you're looking, yeah, I can really see your face. Your
Okay.
lighting is a little poor.
Yeah, yeah. Let me I know how to run home to get these things situated. I don't know. I don't want it to be too much. Uh,
It's still dark.
it's still dark. Eesh.
You know what? Yeah, you need to turn like this. Turn this way.
To my left, to my right. Yeah. I'm using my laptop. I might have to go back to my other device.
It's
Uh, because my office light is so dark, it's not as helpful. Let me try to switch locations a little bit. Give me 1 second. Let me just switch location a little bit.
yeah.
Meanwhile, we
So
can go
while
ahead
Mr. Kuma tried to set up, we will be here again to discuss issues in the news. And I want to welcome each and every one of you. Today we were expecting a very important guest, but due to some engagement, he was not able to come on today. But we are looking in the future, to have the former deputy minister Eugene Facon. He's supposed to have been with us today, but schedule caught up with him, so he will not be able to join us. But we pray that in the future he will be able to be here with us. But we are going towards a very important elections, um, 2023 elections, and a lot is going on. Mr. Krama, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, 2023 elections is very important. We are gearing towards discussing how important that election is, and then also we will be able to talk about some of the key players in the next general elections. um, so today, Mr. Koman, I heard that uh, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo has
Yeah.
announced his candidacy for the presidency of the Republic of Liberia. You heard that?
I thought it was a joke. I actually did. I heard it, but I didn't pay ear to it because I didn't think it was gonna he was gonna follow through. So I'm
Yeah,
not
it is.
surprised.
Well, it is not a joke. Councillor Gonglo, he's a very astute citizen. He's a very
Yeah.
serious-minded individual. And I don't think anybody who has followed Liberian politics or who have followed happenings in Liberia will underestimate the man
Mhm.
he is. He's a very, very intelligent, a very good man, a man of integrity.
Yeah.
So he should not be underestimated. And besides that, he's from the vote-rich county of Nima. So, that should tell you a lot. So, but he's going to be running for the presidency, and it's making a race more interesting, more exciting. And the good thing about it, though, from my end, though, is that I'm happy that serious-minded people of
Yeah,
integrity,
yeah.
uh, that have been in the public setting, but yet and still they still have Liberia at heart, that they want to, shoulder the responsibility of providing leadership for our country moving forward. So that's a good thing. There are good people in Liberia that can, lead our country, and we are seeing, these people coming forward. So, you know, I I'm still, looking at what's going to happen in 2023, but I think it's a good thing that, that he's getting involved.
Which party he represents?
I'm not a spoke guy for the man. I don't know. I don't know his party. I don't know. I don't know whether he's going to form his own political party, or he going to, take the standard bearership of one of the parties that have already been established,
Okay.
or whether he's going to go as an independent candidate is yet to be seen. But my point is that don't underestimate
No,
Councillor
you cannot
Bongo.
understand Tower Goglo because he's well known too. He's popular, he's very popular, and he can move the needle too now. So let's not sleep on it. But it's now a news that's very shocking to me. I didn't think he was going to follow suit, but it's been hanging. It has been hanging in the air that he was going to do it, but I didn't pay much ears to that. So, but then
Yeah.
again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Well, he's a former president of the Liberian Bar Association.
Yeah,
Okay, and he's a human rights activist. And people admire his work over the past years. So a
yeah,
lot of people actually talk him into this, that he would be a formidable force, he would be a very
yeah.
good candidate. And a lot of people believe that he can be a very good president. I don't know him. I'm yet to study him, and to read about him in depth.
Mhm.
But I just wanted people to understand that, the 2023 elections is is going to be a very important
Interesting
elections,
one. Very
and it's going
interesting
to
one.
be a very contentious elections. So Liberians, most especially the children of God, need to pay attention to
True.
people that want to take the leadership of our country. They should pay attention. So I think that was, worth sharing with our audience.
Yeah.
But today, Minister Kurman, we're going to begin with this question. Still talking about the 2023 elections. We're going to talk more about that. But yes, Edo, we have a question that we want viewers to,
To participate in.
yeah, just send us your comment.
Yeah.
Send us your comment. And here's the question: should the National Election Commission set up a system that would allow Liberians in the diaspora to register and vote in 2023 elections?
Hmm.
I will want to hear your comments. Um, Liberians in the diaspora, do a lot. They contribute towards uh,
The
the
economy.
the economy in Liberia, right? With the remittances they send back home. Liberians in the diaspora, the scripture says, where your heart is where your treasure is where your heart
Is where the heart
is,
is. Yeah.
right? So, Liberians in the diaspora being able to, put their money in the country, send money back home, a lot of money, tells us that they have a vast interest in Liberia. Now, the question here is, should the National Election Commission set up a system that will allow Liberians in the diaspora to register and vote in 2023 elections? What that should mean also, Minister Krumah, is that Liberians in the diaspora don't have to go back home to register and to vote. There should be a system set up
From yeah,
for
right
them
where
to
they are.
register and vote wherever they are, whatever part of the world they are. Right? Should there be a system set up by the National Election Commissions to allow them to vote? And please, we want to hear your comments. We want to hear your view. We want to hear what you think about this question. Mr. Kumar, what you think?
Well, about the voting thing, I think it's about time for Liberians within the diaspora to start voting, because if we are, I don't know how many percent we contribute to the economy, Liberian economy. If we can contribute immensely to the economy of Liberia, but not have a say so as to who becomes the next president, that has been a problem for me. So now that they are thinking about it, or it has been even on the table for discussion, I embrace that. I will embrace it any day, anytime, any day, and I will be one of the first person. They should start looking for the means, like you said, how to do it. Let it be, transparent, free, fair, and who's going to monitor the whole system. But I agree, I support it, and we can start, exercising our rights.
Yeah,
I
and I was, I was looking at the Liberian Constitution, and I was looking at Article 77B, right? And that is what it
Mm,
says, to just paraphrase it. It says that all Liberians shall be entitled to register and vote in as much as you as a Liberian reach the voting age of 18. When you are not less than 18, you should you should be able to register and vote. Right. But what it did not say in that
yeah,
in an article is that where
the
you're
location.
supposed to be to vote.
Yeah,
You be in Liberia to register and vote, or you can be any part of the world to register and vote. And I think that's something that we need to think about with with technology, uh, you know, uh, increasing in the world. I think we need to transition into allowing Liberian citizens all around the world to vote. But
yeah,
it is good for us to hear from other people what they think about Liberians in the diaspora.
yeah,
There are Liberian students in different universities in around the world that would like to participate in the political process. But since they cannot be in Liberia, they cannot register and they cannot vote. And I think that is something that we need to look at as a country. But please send us your comment. Send us what you think
yeah.
about this. Let me read the question again. Should the National Election Commission set up a system that will allow Liberians in the diaspora to register and vote in the 2023 elections? We want to hear from you. All right, Mr. Kuman, let's move on.
Yeah.
Last week in our show, we talked about uh, the appointment of Mary Broad. There was this board. I did a little reading on that. There was this board that was set up. It's called Citizens Engagement Board, and she is the chairperson for that board. Now, listen to
Yeah.
the name of the board: Citizens
Engagement
Engagement
board.
Board. Now, by just hearing the name of this board, what comes to mind? Citizens Engagement Board. What
It's
what what,
engaging
what
the
what comes to
citizens.
mind? Huh?
What is engaging the citizens in all that
Engaging the citizens.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
and having the
So this
participation, whatever it is you do.
there should be a board that will engage citizens
Yeah.
to get involved in the celebration of the bicentennial program, right? So their work, should be how they can engage citizens to get involved into the participation of, the bicentennial program. But recently, I think some part of this week, there was this letter that was put on the floor um, in the plenary in the Liberian
Senate
House of
discussion.
Representatives
Mhm.
that that she 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 again have gone back to abusing the Liberian people. You know, beating people, giving order for, for her security or her tax force or whosoever to catch Liberians, beat them, you know, put them in handcuff, and then sometimes send them to prison. I was hearing that. I was like, Minister Kruma and myself were talking about this just this gone week,
Yeah,
right? How
we
she
were.
is arrogant, how she's rude, and how she violates Liberians' rights. And the House of Representatives are calling her now, to really to really understand, what is the function of this bull. Mr. Okroman, this is a serious problem because again, she is violating the rights of Liberians, and she is doing it with with no repercussion. I'm yet to see what the House of Representatives going to do. Remember, in the past, the House, I think it was the House or the Senate, uh, they held someone in contempt and they were carrying that person to jail.
Right.
The same Mary Bro, stopped that person from going to jail. She does not have respect for our institutions. She does not have respect for Liberian laws. She thinks she is above the law. She does things that she wants to do with no repercussion. And I think it is time for it to stop. What's your thought on that?
I'm in support of what you just said. I mean, using your power to use excessive force as such as Mary Burns is accused of doing. I stand against that. You cannot, beat the people to have them get the message. That's total abuse. I don't know where in the Constitution that says it, but I want to bring to the table or bring that to light and ask that the leaders, the Liberian leaders, the council, the senates, they should bring her to correction. You cannot beat the citizens. I don't know what for. I mean, what can they be doing so much that will warrant you beating them and whatnot? It's just people trying to exercise the power of Pastor Olo.
Yeah,
Mary
but
Brown has been a good person for as far as I know, in terms of doing her work diligently. But to
you know
cross the
her?
board, huh?
You know her?
Well, not in person, but I've heard so many good things about her.
Like
To
what?
well, as far as her being somebody who is very tactical in terms of executing her role, as far as being that leader in terms of cleaning the city, making the city what it needs to be. This whole, I mean, like, why will you think the CDC government or government will appoint her at this time to
Because
be?
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf supported the CDC government to get into power, and she's a Ellen darling.
But we can
Okay.
say that, as well. But now you see the brother. I'm just looking at the strategic timing.
Yeah, but she does not have a good track record. Okay, she's abusive. Okay,
Yeah,
she violates Liberian laws. She does not respect our institutions. And people justify her actions with she does a good job. She cleaned the city. But how does she do it? She
and
does
not
it
not at the expense
with
of beating people.
violating the
Yeah,
rights of Liberians.
you
There
know.
is no individual in Liberia under our constitution that have any right to violate the right of other citizens. Mary
But
Broad does that
that's a little quick question.
with no repercussion. She does it
Quick.
all the time. And the reason she's doing it now, Minister Kroma, is because she did it in the past and nothing
And
came
got
out of
away
it.
with it.
You
Yeah.
know, nobody did anything about it. So she is thinking now she can do it again. And she has started doing it already.
Yeah, Pastor. Well, let's address a question from one of the viewers, and that's Christian Zero. When you were talking right there about the Liberians voting in Liberian diaspora voting into our 2023 election, and he asked, he said, it is possible to vote, I believe, but then who is a Liberian? I'm guessing he's asking then who is a Liberian to vote. that goes back into that whole citizenship
Well, no,
thing.
well, it's well. Let me first say, Mr. Zibo, thank you for your comment. But our constitution, spelled out who a Liberian is, or who is eligible to vote in our elections, right? A a, a naturalized Liberian or a born Liberian. Okay,
Hmm.
if you are a born Liberian, you are eligible to vote in our elections. Or if you are naturalized in our country, you are also eligible to vote in our elections. So I don't think it's that complicated. Now I think the issue might be, how will you identify who is a Liberian when they are in the diaspora? But
Yeah,
that is why the system going to put in place. That is what going to be put in place. When you're building a system, you take into consideration all of that. How can you be identified? For you to register and vote, regardless of where you are. And I think there are things that you can do. Liberians have passports, right? You can use your passport number, or you can use something, a birth certificate. Okay, if you are naturalized, okay, you can use your naturalization documents to fill out a form online and then register to vote. There are so many things that we can put in place for Liberians in the diaspora to use, for them to be recognized, or for them to fill out forms to be recognized as Liberians. So there are so many things we can do. Well, uh, I think that is something that is worth looking at. Liberians don't have to be in Liberia to vote in their elections. Liberians want to participate in the decision making of their country,
yeah,
and you know that system should be set up. To my view, that system should be set up for them to be able to participate. But I think that's a good way to start. Thinking about this question.
yeah. So, brother Zibo, I hope you got it, the answer that you want to your question. If not, then
Yeah. So, brother Zibo, I hope you got it, the answer.
if not, just retype it, and I'm watching, all the comments that are coming through, and we can recorrect what was your question. All right, but Pastor Wallo, back to this whole mirror bird thing, right? Mirror bird, like I said, I strongly believe that because no one has brought her the book, or no one has questioned her on what she's doing, the brutality. That's why she will have that. She still have that leverage to carry on that kind of exercise, that kind of power. But up until somebody, so I think we should throw more light on this, because we don't know how long she's going to be serving in that capacity to keep doing and brutalizing our people. Someone has to speak, to that. And if we can use this platform here to start sending that message, I think we should do so. And even follow up with hey, I got Joseph number. I will email him or send him a text any day that they should bring that in the house. Let them discuss it. You can beat the
Well,
people
in a Senate, suggest a senator.
in the
Uh,
Senate, rather.
but let me tell you something, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to believe Minister Kroma that people have not brought it up, but the lady does not respect Liberians. She does not respect our institutions. She does not respect our laws. She does not. She violates the rights of Liberians, and nobody says anything to her because people are afraid of her. If that
yeah.
woman was summoned to court, she would not appear. She would not. Just imagine either the House of Representatives of the Senate held someone in contempt. They were carrying out person to Saw Beach. That woman went and stopped the car, got the lady out of the car, and said that lady was not going to jail. Who does that? Who
It's
does
power.
that?
It's power.
No, she does not have power. Is she powerful more than the Liberian Senate or the Liberian House of Representatives?
Well,
She just don't respect. She just
up
don't
until
respect
somebody
our
question her
institutions.
publicly, up until
And
somebody
she's
brings
GSA
her to court,
director. And
she
she's
will keep doing
GSA
that.
director. Now they appointed her over this citizen engagement board as chair lady or as a chairperson. A board that's supposed to engage with Liberians in a positive way to get them involved into the participation of the bicentennial and see what she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. Look, Minister Kramer, the reason I think this is worth talking about is because our people have been abused for so long that when they see an abuser, they think that that person is a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know how many people heal this woman? I heard somebody said that if Mary Broad run for president, I will vote for her. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
our people have been so much abused that when they see an abuser, they think that person is a leader. But that's who she is. She's an abuser. That woman, she cannot do that thing in any other country. She can only do it in Liberia. What rights, what power she has to put people in handcuffs, to whip people? What who gave her that right? Who gave her that authority?
Well, I will go back to saying, Pastor Wallo, up until someone brings her to book, however they want to do it, she has the power. I mean, they appointed her to the role that she's, serving in. So, and I want to believe that the president is aware about her brutality because it's public now. I heard it first before. When you brought it up to me earlier today, I heard it. But again, I was trying to. I'm almost. Should I say I'm in denial because I've heard so much good things about her, and knowing this that she's brutalizing the people, I didn't want to just believe it. But up until I started hearing it again, I disagree. I mean, with that, she cannot use that power to subject the people to.
Well, you know what, Minister Kroman, the House of
Yeah.
Representatives are trying to invite her. Let's see if she's going to show up, or let's see what her defense is going to be, what
Well,
she's going to say.
what is it on that issue? Why they're inviting her? Is it on the issue we're discussing?
Yes,
Oh well, then at least
yes, they are inviting her on the issue uh because of what she's doing with this position. Who gave her that authority for her to do that, to put people in handcuffs, to beat people in the street? And as I was reading front page, it went as far as saying that sending people to jail. What is that?
you
what
know
what, what is that?
Pastor
No
Walla,
Liberian, no Liberian deserve to be violated by Mary Broad. No Liberian deserve
and
to be violated by Mary Broad.
let me
And she
use.
needs to stop it. I think people need to be aware that Mary Broad has no jurisdiction, no power to treat them the way she's treating them. People need to be aware of that because they
and
need
and
not to be afraid of her. She does not have power to do that.
but Pastor Walla, just to add, right? Like I said last week, now the light might be on Mirror, but I also want to extend. I won't use this one brush to just paint our whole system. It needs to be overhauled. Our people are fond of using power to ridicule the commoners, the citizens. We are fond of doing that. Whichever party, I mean, whichever capacity we find ourselves serving in, be it in the churches, people just tend to use their power to suppress the common people. Now, Mary, this thing is only in the spotlight because of how high her calling is as far as where she's serving. The LMP does the same. Liberian police will start beating you before you are even rendered guilty. You could be doing something. I mean, just so that power, people just use the power to enforce and use it wrongly. Our system needs to be overhauled, Pastor Wallo.
Yeah.
Now, Mary is doing that. I condemn it to
No,
the.
you're right. I
That's what our people we are known for. People
I
exercise their
I
power.
I agree with you. The thing
Yeah.
about it, bro Jesse, my observation of our people is that we respect BB people, in a
Yeah.
Liberian way. We respect authority. When someone is placed over us, we respect them. And that is also true in the church or in the churches.
Yeah.
People respect their pastors, but that does not, give anybody the right to
Yeah.
abuse Liberians,
Enslave the people.
to abuse any Liberian. It does not. And you are right. It is not just mirror broad.
Hmm.
People do that to Liberians.
Yeah. Yeah.
We,
Just
we
take
do
advantage
that
of.
to our own people. I don't know why we do it, but we do it. We do it. But it needs to stop. Okay, it needs to
So,
stop. And the reason, one of the reasons I'm actually emphasizing the mirror broad thing is because, man, her own is just too much.
it's worse. You said something very catchy right now. I sometime maybe right before the pandemic started, somebody has sent me a video. Yeah, a while back, of this Nigerian guy in this same Liberia, who's I believe this girl was working for him as a store girl. She was a sales girl or so. Apparently, she must have went to work late, and he started beating her. Nigerian guy now. Yeah, he whipped her in the hand, like beat her. And when I saw that video, I got really hot. But the point here is, like you said, we don't know why we do it to our people. So if other people can come in Liberia and do it to our people, you cannot even complain because you do it to them first. You subject them to that. So it's saying yes, even foreigners, even other people can come and do it to your citizen. Who's gonna speak up for them when you are doing it? So I mean, I condemn that, and we should start speaking on these issues. Our people are our people. They are no different from Mirror. It's just the office, but don't use your office to subject the people to total. I mean, it's ridiculous to do. We condemn it, and let's see what they will say to her as far as where they are carrying her to bring
Yeah.
the whole situation
Let's
to life.
let's wait what happens.
Yeah, let's see what
So
happens.
let's move on with that.
Yeah.
So your man Prophet Keel launched his friendship in Nima County.
Yes, sir.
Prophet
Prophet
Key,
Kidd,
Prophet Key is running uh, for the senatorial seat that Honorable Prince White
Johnson
Johnson
is now.
occupies right now.
Whew.
And I watched the video, I watched the ceremony, I watched the entire program, and the Friends of Prophet Key was launched in the County. So Prophet Key is really serious about running as a senator in 2023.
Yeah.
He's not, people thought he was joking about it.
Continue. Let me plug my device. Continue. I'm hearing you.
You know, people thought he was joking about it, but Prophet Key has launched his friendship, and he is determined to run against Senator Johnson in 2023. He has started, building his team.
It's campaign.
So, again, 2023 election is going to be a very important elections, but it's going to be interesting. Prince Johnson is a very, very grounded, well-known, the godfather of Nema County.
That's the godfather of
We,
Nick.
we, we, yeah, we're going to get into all of that, later, but not today. But you know, I just wanted people to, I just wanted your take on what you make of Prophet K, launching his friendship. At this point, it's a friendship,
It's a
but
friendship.
it seems like he's serious about running against Prince Johnson.
You you know I will say this right. Don't never take anything lightly. Don't never take anything for granted when it comes to our people, Liberian. Do not take it lightly. Don't take things for granted because, in as much as we all know Prophet Key, and one would think that it's a joke, but it will be a joke until you see that guy in the Senate. I rest my case. And I'm not going to go further. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, when are you going to bring Prophet Key on the show?
Uh let me send him a message on that. Let me communicate with him on that and see what he says, and then we go from there. I can't tell you when, because I don't know the guy's gender, but let me send him a couple of invites and see what he says.
So
We would love to have him here, though.
yeah, we would love to have him because of the title he gave himself, prophet key. I don't know what prophet he is. I don't know what he got a prophet title from.
No,
Uh
he claims to have his own religion. I mean, this guy has followers. He claims to have his own religion. He is saying that he is the only Liberian or so, or to have his, the only Liberian or the only black man to have his own religion. And people they gravitate to the guy, man. People, he has followers. People listen to this guy religiously. I'm telling you.
okay, so are you saying that people listen to his show or they follow him, he follow his religion?
Well, that's what I'm going to. People follow him, and as far as getting personal advices from him when it comes to religion. And now this guy knows the Bible too. He knows the Bible.
Okay, he doesn't know the Bible. Don't tell me that. I don't listen. I don't listen to the guy. Okay, I don't listen to Prophet Key. I don't listen to him. Uh,
but
the
from
reason.
from what I've seen him talk, I mean, he is going in, and people, you out do that watching. You can correct me. I watch him every now and then, but yeah, he knows the Bible. I've seen him quote scriptures and break it down, and people,
Yeah, but
and mind
Jesse,
you,
so the quoted scripture doesn't know that you know the
that's true.
Bible.
That's true. But you got bishops who are on the show not debunking what he's saying, and I go back to sometimes reference what he's saying scripturally
Because nobody want to correct Prophet Key before he calls them.
before he goes. But Pastor, let's skip
Look,
this.
the first thing Prophet Key needs, he must needs salvation. He must need to be saved. Okay, he costs a lot.
I will send him an invite and see what he says
He
as
he
far as
cost
having a.
he costs a lot, and he justified that by saying that words are meant to be used.
What's
But
happening?
words are meant to use in an appropriate setting. Okay, you don't just use words because they are words. You use words carefully, most especially when you say yourself to be a leader, or when you want to be a leader of a county like Nima County.
Okay,
Okay.
Pastor Wallo. Now, from what you just said, right? This is, and like I said, I wasn't going to say much, but you saw what you just said. You heard what you just said. He uses words, and look at the condescending way he used them against the opposite sex, right? And when you watch this is launching this friends or whatever thing he launched the other day, when you see majority of the crowd that were there that represented, you cannot you cannot pass anything by our people. They will hit you with surprise. Our people are, I mean, one would think that, okay, this guy is just a joker given what he does on his platform, but his party was highly represented by women. So we can look at it, yes, morally, we will say yes, we condemn it. But our people, but it's a whole different conversation, Pastor Wallo. Let the man do a thing. Let's see how far he goes, and I'm going to be working on having him on this show. Hopefully,
Minister
he can.
Kuma, to be honest with you, I would love to talk to him.
I would love
Okay,
to, but
because I really want to understand his 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 philosophy. I want to understand his
you
religion.
know, just briefly.
I want to understand his relationship with God.
Mhm.
I want to understand his politics. And I want to understand, some basic thing about it. I really want to talk to him,
Yeah, and
because
one thing though, Pastor Wallo.
one
I was,
second,
yeah,
one,
go
one
ahead.
second,
Yeah,
McKee coming, and
yeah,
the reason Prophet Kid is worth talking to is because of what you said. A lot of people follow him,
a lot,
but
a lot.
but also he will be running, in Nima County, and it is possible that he wins. With
That's
what
what I'm
with what
going to
with
this.
what with what you said, that sometimes you cannot predict what our people are going to do, right? But
Mhm.
so before he goes into the Liberian Senate, it's good for you to get to know how he thinks, his philosophy, and what he thinks about the country, what is his agenda, I would really, really love for us to talk to him. I really love for us to talk to him. But
Let me,
the way he runs his show, that is his show.
yeah,
But I don't think words are meant to be used in that way.
in that manner, yeah.
In that manner. I don't think, you know, when you want to occupy a position of authority, you cannot insult yourself or, abuse yourself into that position. I mean, see how he talks to President Weah, see how he talks to Senator Johnson, see how he talks to women. Okay, see what he says about women. But that is the same position you want to run for. That is the same uh, uh, country you want to go and serve in. And you cannot be condescending about, our institution,
Right.
and then you want to serve in that institution.
You,
Then
you,
what
you
what I, how you want us to believe the change that you are talking about? Because yes, Minister Kumar, I always told people, you can disagree with President Weah. That's okay. That's politics. I don't support President Weah. I don't agree with him. I think I, I have my own thoughts about his presidency, but you have to see him as the office, not as an individual.
yeah, respect the office. Yeah.
You have to respect the office. You have to respect the office he occupies. He's not an ordinary person anymore. And that is also true for Senator Johnson. Senator Johnson, he is a Liberian senator. You can disagree with him, but you have to respect the office he occupies. And if you don't respect that office, that means you don't respect the institution. And when you don't respect the institution, that means you don't respect our constitution. When you don't respect our constitution, that means you don't respect the country.
I agree. Pastor
You know,
Wallo, you got
go
people
ahead.
that are empowering this kind of attitude, right? And it go back to who our people are, who we are as people. What are our moral values? How do we value ourselves in terms of how we carry ourselves morally? Why do I say this? Prophet Key, if you are watching his shows, whenever he's talking things on, or when the day that he's not cussing, right? Randomly, the day he's not cussing, you don't find too many. It's not entertaining. You don't find too many people watching him. But on the day that he's into it, I mean, he's going hard on somebody or the president. I've seen over 3,000 people watching, and people are commenting. Go, Prophet Key. Our people, Liberians, will support this guy up to the Senate seat, and you will not be surprised. It will be because of the rhetoric that he carried. And people gravitate towards him just because of that. Now it says to our people, who are we? It's very easy to gravitate to the wrong and put somebody in the highest office.
Minister Kroma, let me read this. Let me read this scripture again. Is Psalm 33, 11 to 12. It says, "The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he have chosen for his own inheritance."
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, right? We as children of God, whether you are in Liberia or you are in the diaspora, our values comes from the word of God.
Yeah.
There is no child of God that should ever be comfortable with the language that is used on Prophet Key's show. No child of God.
I agree.
So I'm hoping the 3,000 people that you saw watching the prophet,
more,
they are not God's children.
Well, like I just said, I mean, there are
Because
bishops
to be honest with you, To be honest with you, in fact, bro Jesse, no decent human being should be comfortable with that kind of language.
I agree. I
No
agree.
decent human being should be.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to to say that he cannot run in the County or he cannot run in the elections. That's not my point. My point here is that you cannot insult the institutions that you want to serve in.
Seven. Yeah.
You cannot be condescending on our institutions. And then I think I'm the change. I'm going to bring the change. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You know, I don't buy it, because if you are condescending or you insult the institutions, I mean, you don't have respect for the institution.
For the
How can you
institutions.
change the institution that you don't have respect for? If you don't have
Yeah.
respect for something, you don't have interest in it. You don't value it. You
Yeah.
cannot put your effort and your time in something you don't value to change it. You have to have an interest, and you have to have a value for what you want to change.
Yeah.
If you don't value Liberian people, if you don't value women, how are you going to change the lives of women? How are you going to be a meaningful impact to women? And sad to say
Hey.
that on social media, Minister Kroman,
Yeah.
sad to say that on social media, people go to the platform like that because, for them it's entertainment,
Yeah.
right? For them it's entertainment. So if it is entertaining for you, you like it. But ours were not meant to be entertainment. It was meant to be informative, right? Because we want God's children,
Yeah.
wherever they are, to have interest in their country
Yeah.
and to participate in the decision making of their country. And we can effectively do that if we are informed about the issues, right? We have to be issue based, not personality. Even though it is good for you to know your candidates, for you to know the people that you want to give your confidence to represent you, but you also have to know how are they going to benefit your lives. The plans that they say they have. How is
Yeah.
that going to change your community? How is that going to change your district? How is that going to change your country? How is that going to improve the economy? How is that going to improve schools? These are the things we should care about. And that's why we as God's children, we have to be interested in the issues, how people are talking about the issues, and what is the best plan and the best vision for our country.
And Pastor Wallo, let me go back to our opening question that you asked before we jump kick the start the show. To those viewers that are watching, if you are in agreement, if you support the idea of diaspora Liberian, if you are in a diaspora to vote in the 2023 election, please give us a thumbs up as a way of approval, as a way of support, that you are in support of voting in the 2023 Liberian elections that are coming up. So if you support it, just give us a thumbs up or smiley face or anything you can do to just say, yeah, we are in agreement, with that. Please just do that. And also please click like and share the show for us. We are also on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you type Action Require Media. We are there live right now. Go there and just subscribe, click like, click share, and let people know that we are here. All right. So please share our show for us. Go ahead, Pastor Wolo.
So we have to be informed on the issues for us to make informed decisions, as God's children. And so that's my thing. And to just end with a Prophet Key thing, Ombo Koluba was at the program.
Yeah.
He spoke briefly. He welcomed the fact that Prophet Key is intending to run. I don't know whether it was an endorsement or it was, I don't know that. People saying, oh, Yeka Koluba endorsed Prophet Key, he endorsed Prophet Key, he endorsed Prophet Key. I don't know whether that was an endorsement, but I think it was like Honorable Koluba, encouraging Prophet Key to get involved, welcoming him to get involved in a political process. I don't think it was a formal endorsement, or
Okay.
whether it was because journalists asked Prophet Key said, "I don't have voting right in my county." Okay, I can tell you to vote for Prophet Key or not, but you as Nimbayans, you will have to make that decision for yourself. And let me tell you something: the people from Nima County are intelligent people. They are serious-minded people. Okay, the people,
Yeah.
the people love their county, and so I know they are going to do the right thing. They are going to do the right thing.
Yeah, Pastor Wallo, let me read one or two comments from our viewers here. They contributed immensely to this Prophet Key thing. My own sister, Sister Risa Chroma, about this Prophet Key guy. And she said, I agree with you, Pastor Wallo. He doesn't know the Bible. Meaning Prophet Key does not know the Bible. In other words, if he knows the Bible, he will not be speaking the way he. And Brother Christian Zibo, Christian said, he is not a prophet. This guy has mental illness. the the people of Nimba are very sensible and better than that. Very sensible and better than that. He will never win nothing in Nimba County. So this are comments from our viewers they don't support this guy, man. You can't be speaking the way you speak and expect the people to vote for you. But then again, I would just want to say we our people are full of surprises when it comes to choosing who they want. We don't know
Yeah.
that. We don't know what to look at.
Well, it would be left with the citizens of
Yeah.
Nima County. But again, I agree with Christian that
Mm-hmm.
the people from Nima, they're intelligent people.
They're very good people. Yeah.
They know what they want. They are very, very careful about their county. Nima County is one of the fast developing county in Liberia, and that is credit to Nibayans. They are developing their county. Nibayans in the diaspora, they invest in our county. Okay, so they know they are very, very proud of their county. They know what they want, but we will see what happens. But
Perfect.
nobody who is decent, nobody who is, who fear God should be comfortable with hearing the language that Prophet Key used on his show.
Perfect. Pastor Wallo, can I ask a question though? Very important question. When you
Yeah, go
when you
ahead.
look, and not necessarily for you to answer, maybe the viewers can type and help me out here. You know, again, our people. We look at the guy who sits in the seat of the Senate in Liberia, in Nima County right now, Prince Johnson. We all know the story of Prince Johnson, but the people voted him, I mean, immensely to the highest. I mean, the people, he is loved by his people. Now, what difference is Prince Johnson versus that of Prophet Key? And not necessarily for you to answer, but our audience out there, our viewers, based on the argument that Prophet Key maybe is not qualified because of his rhetorics to run for that office. But now the very guy who is seated in that office, what different is he from that of Prophet Key? And I'm not saying you answer me, but it's something to think about.
Well,
Again, people.
let me say this, right? The conversation about Prophet Kid is not to disqualify him from running.
Okay.
No, I'm
Library is
saying
qualified.
I'm saying that the language that he used on his show, right?
Pastor
No,
Wallo, let me a brother wants to come on and talk on this Prophet Key issue. I don't know if the time is right, brother Christian, but if you permit me, let me send him the link and see if he can come on and let's hear what he has to say about this Prophet Key guy.
yeah, no problem. Well, as I was saying, yeah, you
Well,
can go
go.
ahead.
Yeah,
So as I was saying that my, you know, my point here is not to disqualify him from running.
yeah.
Okay. And I don't even want to compare Prophet Key with Senator Johnson. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason is simple. The reason here is this: we as a country, we went into a civil war. We had a war in our country. We are not proud of it. There were a lot of people that did a lot of horrible things that they are not proud of. We killed at least 250,000 people in that war. That is that is the worst part of our history. Mr. Kramer, you hear what I'm saying? That is the worst part of our history as
Yeah.
Liberia. We experience war in our country. We know that. We know Senator Johnson fought war, and so many other people did. We did not disqualify Senator Johnson from running in our elections. We did not. So we are not disqualifying uh, Prophet Key from running.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's face the fact here. Ever since Senator Johnson returned to Liberia, what has been his contribution? Okay, we know he fought war, he killed
He's a
people. We
pastor now.
understand that. But since
Yeah.
he returned to Liberia, what has been his contribution? Since he became the senator of Nima County, what has been his contribution? To me, Senator Johnson has never done anything to jeopardize the peace of Liberia. He has never done anything to create chaos in our country since his return back home. He has been involved in the process, right? He has been involved in the process. And I think, like Prophet Key, Senator Johnson has a church. He's a pastor. I have never had any reason to doubt that Senator Johnson is a child of God. He has never given me any reason since he returned back home in our country. The war is a horrible experience we had. I understand that. I am not speaking for Senator Johnson here. Okay. That is the history that we will deal with forever in our country. I understand
Yeah.
that. But let me tell you something. No one can convince me and say because Senator Johnson killed people in the war, so he cannot be converted as a child of God, or he cannot be converted as a pastor, or God cannot call him. No, no one can convince me that I am not even saying that Prophet Gee cannot be. I'm saying that the language he uses on
Yeah. Yeah.
his show, it just you can be a decent person and be comfortable with that. That's what I'm saying.
I
So
agree.
we cannot compare the two. Prophet Key is doing that in a normal situation. Senator Johnson, it was during a wartime. It was revolution. Okay, it was revolution. Prophet Key is doing that on his show. We cannot compare the two. We can.
you know, right before we close on this topic, I was on a brother's network, and I was co-hosting for him, and Prophet Key must have been watching the show, and then he called the show, and then he said to the host, I'm co-hosting at that time, right? And he said, my man, that your man is still, that your man, your co-host. He said, I let her pick him, man. I want him to be my son. so, 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 Amy, I like, God, this guy want me to be his son. And
Yeah,
I was
maybe
saying,
he wants you to join his religion.
yeah. So and but actually, I've chatted with him on social media. He sent me his Moroccan number that I still have, but each time I text him, he will not reply. But when I comment on his show, yeah, my opinion, I see you. So stuff like that. But at the end of the day, behind aside of the curse words that he used, uh, um I've had people who tell me that the guy is really a nice guy. Just if he can tune it down, I think he can be a very good guy, and it's just that side of what he does that a lot of us disagree with. But again, at the end of the day, that's who he is. We
Yeah,
just pray for him.
he might be a good guy. I agree. He might be a good guy. It's just that the language he uses is not,
Yeah, it's
it's not comfortable. It shouldn't be comfortable for any decent person.
it shouldn't be
It
comfortable.
shouldn't
I
be.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So that's the prophet key thing. Today, we're not going to go into politics. So, for our final discussion would be the Bass Centennial, celebration.
Yeah,
Just
man.
to just provide some information to our viewers. The Bicentennial program is actually the celebration of 200 years of our existence since the free slaves left the United States and went back to Liberia. 2022 will make it 2 years since that happened, since Liberia, started as a nation, not as, not since we had our independence, but Liberia, the founding of Liberia. So that is what this program is about. The theme of the Bicentennial program is Liberia, the land of return. That is the theme they are using. And the slogan is the Lone Star forever, stronger together. And then also, the Liberian government will be using this program to reach out to the United States government to strengthen our relationship with the United States government. And this program is actually going to be celebrated for the entire year, from January 7, 2022 to December 10th, 2022. So it will be a whole year of celebrations. So that's what the Bassetana program is about. So the Liberian government is encouraging Liberians or uh, African descent people in the diaspora to go back into Liberia, and be able to participate in this. And they are expecting a lot of African Americans, people from the United States Congress, to go back to Liberia to participate in the celebration of this program. Minister Kroma, from my standpoint, I think this is welcoming. This is good. I think if it is done well, it's going to put a lot of things in perspective, most especially for people in the diaspora that really don't know much about
Yeah.
Liberia being established by free slaves from the United States. I think it's going to put a lot of things in perspective. But then also, I think it is also good to highlight the fact that uh, uh, Africans have been in charge of their own destiny for almost 200 years now.
Yeah.
Where we provide our own governance, we built, our own country, and the things we are doing, even though we are not, our governance system is not perfect, but see how far we have come after 200 years, right? After 200 years, we can still be proud that, we have a country, that we have a place that we can call home, and the things that we are doing. I think this program can put a lot of things into perspective. But let's welcome our brother Christian. Christian, your screen is dark. Christian, can you hear us?
Yeah, how y'all doing, gentlemen?
But put your
Oh
light
man,
on,
you
man,
in the darkness?
Oh man, I
and
hit
let
the
there be
car.
light. Yeah, put your light on, man. People got to see your face, man. But yeah,
Oh man, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing great. So can you turn your car lights on? I mean, at least so people can be able to see you. Okay, you get your lights on, but it's kind of so dark.
My light is on.
Yeah.
It's hot. Let me get outside. Let me get outside.
yeah. Get out, get out. Why he's doing that, Pastor Wallo? I can't be more happy about this bicentennial program, this thing that's going on. because when you look at Ghana, for example, Ghana had just celebrated the 400 years of returned slaves, right? Back
It's
to
much better, man.
yeah, you're much better.
Yeah, man.
Make
Yeah,
your
go
point.
ahead,
What?
Minister Command.
Excuse me.
Uh, I was
Hold on,
just
hold on, Christian,
No,
hold
no,
on.
hold on, Christian. We bring you in. We bring you in. Just hold on. Yeah, Minister Command, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I was saying, when you look at Ghana, Ghana had just celebrated the 400 years of returned slaves back to the continent, right? And when they celebrated that, it contributed immensely to the economy. And we saw the jump from wherever the state of the economy was at the time. We saw a big lift. So that's why this bicentennial thing, I'm in total support of it, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be a win-win situation. It's going to add up to the businesses. It's going to add up to the economy, and that's why I embrace. My only concern is now LMP needs to do the work in terms of providing security, because this will only open more doors to people who will want to go. And again, go back to Ghana. I just left Ghana a couple of, or at least over a month now. The diasporan people, even Black Americans that are flooding that country, owning houses, owning businesses. I mean, just to say the least, it will surprise you, you know. So it's like one door opens a big gate, one door
Yeah,
opens up, you know. Yeah, so I'm
I
happy.
hope.
I think I'm happier.
Yeah, I hope it yield dividends. I hope it achieve
Great.
its purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it's a good thing. But
Mhm.
let bring Kristen in. By the way, Kristen, you're from Nima County, right?
yes. A
Okay.
bona fide buying.
Yeah. So
You know,
I think
I just been monitoring you guys, and I want to encourage you guys for the good job you guys are doing. I mean, more especially in the area of politics, because those days, how people, the younger one will say, "Oh, that the old people think, that the people think." So we don't want to put our hand there. But now we have reached in a generation wherein it has become everybody thing. So when the mistake is being made, it affects we the young people. So with that being said, Liberia, as we look at it, is not like how we think. Our people over there, they are very intelligent enough, more especially in Nima County. For you to sit in Nima, looking at people like, I can call him Prophet Key, whatsoever you call him there, because I know he's not a prophet. Even though those of us that know the word of God, they say people will come in my name, but he's not a prophet anyway. That's how I feel. This man, there are some, like I said, he has some mental illness. He got some psychological problem that at least he need to go or come in Western country to be looked at. Like, bro, it's not like
You
where
need
you can
mental
just come
evaluation.
from in the diaspora or wheresoever you're calling. You go back there and let the people, oh, let's put him into power. We will eat your money. To be honest with you, it's a lesson for everybody. We want to eat your money. This is why people don't understand when the people think Prince Johnson is controlling Nima County. But have you seen what this man has done for the Nimayans? Even though I differ with him to some point, but he's doing better. So you cannot go into Nima County and say, oh, I'm going there to run to win. No way. Of all the people, Prophet Keys, no way. So why are you saying that? Oh, I want to be this. I want. For example, the other time when what this guy did, Yaka Koluba went to Ganta. He went to Radio Kekema. He and Lawrence Sua, they were in
Yeah,
studio making all the red race and things. What become of Lawrence Sua in the election? Pastor, you've
nothing,
been monitoring it, and I
nothing.
said, look at that. I watched that. I made a comment on it. I said, Lawrence Sua, you should be better. You should be more inclined enough to take people like Yaka Koluba to go sit in studio to convince our people who will look at you and vote for you. We are smarter than that, my man. We are very smart that we cannot allow this kind of thing to happen. So whatsoever his plans are, going back to Liberia, saying that he want to be representative of what? We got a
But
lot of well, people, educated people. For example, one other example I can give you was, if you look at people like Victor Swa. Victor Swa is one of our Victor Swa is he was Dolaketa, Dolaketa. He's a administrator at the Uganda hospital. All of these guys are into politics. I mean, people who are well known, you know, in the county. These are people that people call on. Oh, this person is that, and yet they still the youth. They want to manipulate the youth to go and say, okay, we want to do this, we want to do that. So not wasting and those who can monitor this man show, the Prophet Key man show. I mean, like you said, they are not children of God. I will not judge them by that. You know, in America, so now you on your clock doing your leg work, you looking for a way to kill your time. You got nothing, you know, you can be looking at nothing, listen to nonsense because it's not something that you listen to follow him. Yeah, that's just why I
but
wanted to tell you guys that
but
But
parents
Christian,
are very important.
go ahead, Pastor Walu. I wanted to hold him to a question real quick, but go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
yeah, Christian. Well, thank you for coming on. You know, to talk about this. I think we will have to bring you on, you know, moving forward, but you have to position yourself at least for people to see you. By the way, Christian going to bring a wealth of experience to our
Yeah.
discussion because Christian travel extensively in Africa. He understands a lot of countries in Africa. He has visited a lot of countries in Africa. He has worked in most African countries than anybody I've ever met. So he's going to bring a wealth of experience to our discussion. But Christian, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah, sure.
Beside the language that Prophet Key uses on his show, do you have any other issue with him?
Personally, I know him. We were all in the refugee life. You know, like anything like if I have something against him, no, I don't have anything against him. But I know him personally. We all are in, like even though those guys like what's the other guy named the one from Canada. Uh, he knew were coming. All those guys and all were in Tanane from Tanane. We all were looking for a way to come out of the country, and by the grace of God, they came, some of all came out. But I mean, I don't have anything personal against Prophet Keys, right? But you yourself, for looking at this gentleman, we're talking about the person in question. What, as a leader of today, you should be laying foundation for the people, the children, the young generation. But look at this young man. What is the moral he has to tell that he's giving the young people? Let's look at it now from your own understanding. This man who can stand on public platform and calls mother, I have to say he was not born by a woman. What? How will you feel as a father to have a little girl child listen to this man who want to be a leader? Tell me, because he doesn't hide nothing. He insults mothers cause, women cause. I mean,
All right,
I don't know whether
Pastor
that one of the thing that one of the thing I'm trying to make my personal research. I will not say it publicly with this Facebook or policy and things like that because this guy don't have moral.
Yeah,
He said, "Oh,
and
them moral."
one of the scary,
The other day,
one of the
let me just
concerning
tell you
thing.
something. The other day, let me tell you something. The other day he lied. If you ever monitor him, my man, Mr. Cooper, Dog Cooper. I think you being the politician. Dog Cooper
Yeah.
was he one of the politicians in Ghana down there. His daughter went to his daughter who is Okawan was my student from Ghana Hospital. This man came on the platform. He lied on the little girl saying that the government sent people to foreign country. They were suffering there and this and that. And the little girl came up and clarified that. I was very proud of that little girl. Okay, and I even called her. I said, okay, well, thank you so much. Because there's human being He can't come sit on the platform and just lie. He lied on the little girl how the children went over there. They were suffering. Government was not sponsoring them, nothing. The little girl came up on his show and the girl told him, said, no, I did not say that. And everything that little girl said, he got it clear to it. The girl was able to clarify.
Let's move on.
When I listened to her, I called okay one and said, oh, okay, well, thank you so much. I'm proud of you that you did that. People shouldn't just come sit down. If you have issue with the government or Joey as a person, you can come out and say it, but you cannot pass through somebody and be lying on somebody. So this guy, he's just a liar.
Okay.
And
So
if you listen to
let
my
me Sakuma ask you the question.
No. I just wanted to pass by this Prophet Key thing. We've spent quite a
yeah,
while on
man,
it.
let's leave that
Let's
thing.
move on. I just want to ask Brother Christian. I know you heard about the bicentennial thing that's going on in Liberia. What is his take? What you think? What you think about the bicentennial thing that's going on in Liberia? And that's where my question is. I passed by this Prophet Key of a thing. Now we've spent too much time on it. If you got
My
the question,
brother,
yeah.
the thing about honestly, I've been hearing about those people going. I even listened to one of the lady on her show, how they were going in December. They're going to launch whatsoever they're going to do over there. Liberia now, we got so many rivals in our country. In a lay medicine, we say, oh, the Congo people versus indigenous people. This is what they're trying to do. From my own understanding, this is what they're trying to do. They want to incorporate our people in the form of manipulating them, which I know you and myself, we are very smart enough, we will not sit and let those things happen. Right now, even if the program right now, the way they are carrying it, I think it's not the right time, you know, in Liberia right now to be doing those kind of thing. Because you cannot take the the people from here, like America, Liberia, or whosoever they call them, because some of those people are black people from here. And as you and myself know, some of our people here, they even looking for places to go. And you know, our African American here, they're looking for a place to identify themselves. I know a couple of them. They're looking for a home to settle. But not you know, going too long. Our people are educated enough, they have learned enough, and there are so many things that we need to change in our country, beginning with the Constitution of Liberia. So many
Well,
things needs to be changed in our Constitution.
Yeah,
Yes.
come on, Pastor
Because
Wale.
those who wrote that Constitution, they wrote that Constitution based on their own ingenuity, or I don't know which adjective to put on it, for their own self gain. They
okay.
didn't do
Let
it
me
for the image of people, young generation. And gentlemen, y'all should understand,
Christian,
things
let me
have
come in.
changed.
Yeah, let me come in. Yeah, I agree with you with the last statement. Things have changed. But I will disagree with you on the bicentennial program. And
Yeah,
the reason that is because this will be a way of us exposing our country to people that don't know about our country. There are a lot
Like
of people that don't
people
know
that
that
don't know about Liberia.
yes, a lot of people don't know that Liberia is the choosing home for the free slaves from the United States. And African Americans need to know that.
yeah,
There are a lot of African Americans in the country that know Ghana, that know Nigeria, but they don't know Liberia as the home of the free slaves. They don't know that Liberia was established by free slaves from the United States. So this bicentennial program going to expose Liberia to a lot of people that have not heard about Liberia and that don't know about Liberia. That's why
But you,
the 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 planners or the committees are trying their hardest to get United States Congress people involved, to get to get actors, to get comedians from the United States involved into the celebration of Liberia, and for them to go and explore the country. I think it is in our best interest to do that. And I'm hoping that, it should be done uh, right, so that when people go home, they will experience our culture. They will meet our people. We Liberians, we are nice people. We treat strangers with respect. We love people. Let them be able to experience Liberians in their own home. Let them go and experience our culture. I think that's a very good thing. So when you
Yeah,
said that we live in a time where things have changed, yes, things have changed. We shouldn't be talking about the native and the conquer divide anymore. We should talk about how together we can come together and build Liberia and make
but
our country a place where we all can live in harmony, but respect the rule of law. Build a country that is built on the rule of law, that we all can have respect for God in our institutions. Those are the things we should be talking about, because things have changed. We have to transition from that old mentality of you conquer, a native, you this, you that. I don't think we
but
as Liberians, we need to dive into that
you know, you know,
that division
Malo,
anymore.
Mr. Water, I agree with you on point that when I mean the mentality of people, Congo and and things like that. If you look at the politics in Liberia right now, many of you, like you, I think you once went into the representative seat, or I don't know if I'm right to run or something like that. And our people, the slogan that you've been seeing people talking, even this those of you who have this talk show, this person coming, the co-star, this person, that person, it is these people that has always told people. Some of us, we don't go into politics. We are just people, a Liberian that we want the best for our people. We into education, we want to impact into our younger generation. But many of our people still have those divisiveness, this divisiveness in them. In that, okay, the Congo people want to go back. Jowia is an indigenous man. He's not doing this. These are some people politics. They are line of politics.
Let me hold, bro, Christian. I think we have to move on. We are taking a lot of time on this.
But Jesse, I'm moderating a show. Let Christian
Sorry,
make a point.
Pastor Olu.
Yeah, so people get those kind of mentality that okay, Jowia is a digital man. The man is not doing nothing. When they come to America, they got a bunch of them here who raise money to support this person to move them from power. Like you are talking about, okay, there should be a way that you pose a question that says what uh a way for those of us in diaspora to participate in the electoral process in Liberia. You understand? Which is a good idea. But now we have to know how to way about it. That's why I said we have to redefine who is a Liberian. And you made a good point. Based on the Constitution, who is a Liberian? You can be born, but you can be a Liberian by birth or by naturalization, right? Which you make clear. But what I'm trying to, my other point I'm trying to come up with is that they need to forget about this issue of Jowia being a indigenous man, and they want to bring Congo people back. My man, we have this country that was established 1847 up to present.
We got independence
Where we are
1847,
now.
but we established actually 1820 and 22. Some people say
Okay.
1821, but
I mean,
1822.
I just
Uh,
coming from when we gain our independence, we declare
right.
our independence. When we declare our independence, from 1847 up to where we are today. And yet they're still in this 21st century. You and myself in America here. We still got children in Liberia who are not wearing slippers to go to school. There are children who sitting down in mad house in this 21st century, going to school, walking in the bushes to go to school. Man, this guy, Jeff Bezos, the Amazon man, that man, even $1 billion, $2 billion can build that whole country.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But now we look at people who just go and squander the money. When this man try to do better for our people, trying to pour roads, trying to do this, trying to do that, politics come in and they say, oh, the
Christian,
mayor, he's doing this,
Christian,
he's doing that. People are suffering. Do you know
Christian,
how much money you myself send to Liberia every day, every month?
Christian.
I need to know the pressure on you for the Christmas.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
okay,
talking about?
yeah, but this is what I'm going to say. Before I bring in Minister Kroman, we're almost out of time. Uh, we're gonna bring you back for you to make the
Yeah,
case for
man.
Judge Weah, because I know you can't wait for you to make the case here for Judge Weah. Okay, because
Oh, Pastor, lead that thing. I'm
two
not
two
making case
endorse
for
two
Georgia.
endorsement
I'm
now. One
talking about our
endorsement for
people.
Senator Johnson and one endorsement for President Weah. So we're going to bring you back for you to talk more about the things that President Weah is doing for the country that you really really like. So we appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you
I
very
look
much for your
forward to that.
contribution. We appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Ackerman.
I didn't want Christian to go without answering my question, Mr. Moderator, but that's all right. We'll move on.
We'll
We'll
bring
back on
Christian back.
another time.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
we'll,
overall,
we'll bring him back. But he make a valid point.
yeah.
But I think the reason it was good to have him is because he's from the County.
Yes.
He understands the county. He's well connected to the county. Christian has a vast experience about Africa. He traveled extensively in Africa and works in so many African countries as well. So I think it was good that you brought him on. But go ahead. Go ahead. We're almost closing now, Mr. Kuma.
No. All I wanted, the point I was trying to make to Christian is, I mean, aside politics, take off your party politics, take off your partisan hat. What benefit, what good does this bicentennial brings to Liberia economically? That's all I wanted to know. Aside of the politics of it, and
You know
and that's
what?
all I'm going to get.
I think you are going with something here with the question you're asking. Uh, I want us to hold our question because what I want to see is I want to see the budget for this bicentennial program.
Right,
Okay, yeah, I want to see the budget. They haven't
right.
released the budget yet. Okay, I want to see how much we'll be spending on the program. Before I can give my opinion on the question you just asked. But again, Iman preview, this is a very good program that will expose Liberia to a lot of people that don't know about our country, and will make Liberia as an option for other people that wants to make Liberia, that want to make Africa their home, to consider Liberia, of whether it is investment, whether it is establishing a place they can call their home. Liberia
Yeah,
will be an option for them as well. So I think it's a very good program.
yeah. Because I'm just looking at the developments that are happening in Ghana now. Like I said, I've visited that country. I'm not saying all of what is happening there now is because of this 400 years,
Yeah,
but man,
because that's what I was about to say.
no,
Because
no,
the
no,
Ghanaian government
it's
is,
good.
is
But,
doing
but
a lot as well. So
Ghanaian government is doing a lot. But
don't
for
take
me,
that credit from them.
no, I'm good at asking questions, right? And I stopped. I got videos I will send to you. I was asking who owns that, whose house is that, and you would be blown, you would be surprised as to what they would tell you. Oh no, this is from they say Jay-Z, yeah, and they would name you, and all of the people everywhere. They showed me a center or land that the Ghanaian government gave uh, 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 the African Americans, I'm talking about African, not Ghanaians, a whole land to go and develop. That could happen in Liberia. That's what I'm excited about when we talk about this, because of, like, again, for me, I think if the Liberian government play it well, it should be a win-win situation for the country. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think it was a nice conversation. But let me get your closing statements.
So my closing, I would just want to, piggyback from what you were saying. Go back to this Mary Bird thing. Mary Bird shouldn't use her office, her power, to denigrate the people. to carry on the harshness that she's practicing. I think it's wrong. We should condemn it to the highest level, and she should be brought to book on that. And I also want to just say with this whole Prophet Key thing going to Niba County, the best people to make that judgment will be the Nibalians, and we will just be there to watch. And this whole bicentennial thing, I'm excited. You know that at least Liberia too is going to start being on the map as to where people can go for vacation, as to where we can direct our American friends to say, hey, Liberia is there too. So in closing, let's just wish the best for Liberia. Let's respect our people and treat them the way you would want to be treated. I thank you, Pastor Wolo, for hosting a nice show. And yeah, let's do this again.
Yeah. My closing, Minister Kroman, will be that I'm encouraging all of God's children in Liberia and the diaspora to get involved in the decision making of our country. And we can do that if we are informed about the issues. You know, if Liberia would be better, we have to be better people to make our country better. We have to represent the change we want. If we don't want corruption, we don't have to be corrupt. If we want good educational system, we have to make that. We have to develop that for ourselves. Nobody going to build our country but Liberians. Nobody will make our country a better country but Liberians. What we say about our country matters a lot, but our involvement should be based on the truth, on what is that are facts, and that's why I am encouraging all Liberians, most especially the children of God that have been on the sidelines, that thinks that getting involved into politics is against the will of God. That is not true. Let no one talk down on you concerning that. You should be a good citizen that get involved into the decision making of our country. Regarding the things we talk about today, Minister Kroman, uh, with the prophet key thing, right? Uh, people will say this is Nimakante thing, this is Nimakante thing, this is Nimakante thing. No, it's not Nimakante thing. It's a Liberia thing. Because
Yeah,
you know what? If Prophet Key was to win, where is he going to serve? In the Liberian Senate. Will
he
he
said
take
it.
that language in the Liberian Senate? Will he abuse
Um,
everybody? Because words are meant to be used.
nah, it's
So
not gonna happen.
this is not a Nimakande thing. Okay, this is Liberia thing. And when it concerns Liberia, it concerns every one of us. That is not the kind of language we want to hear in our parliament. Okay, foreigners, foreign governments, foreign nationals, they listen to us, they follow our government interactions. Is that how we want to address issues? Is that how we want to talk to each other? Is that how we want to address our women? Is that how we want to talk to our mothers? So this is not just about Nima County. This is about Liberia. And an indecent Liberian, a child of God, should never be comfortable with hearing something like that. So that should be condemned to the highest, because that is not who we are as Liberians. We don't talk to our mothers like that. We don't talk to our parents that way. We don't use those kind of language. Okay, we shouldn't take advantage of that because social media is available to us and we can just do anything we want with we're thinking that there should be no repercussion of that. No, we shouldn't treat ourselves that way. We are
Yeah,
people of values. We are people of culture. We are people of traditions. That is not our traditions. That is not our culture. So we shouldn't embrace it. We shouldn't encourage it. We shouldn't justify it with another act, because of someone did something in the past. So this is justified. We shouldn't do that because we don't want to see that in our public life. We don't want to see that in our parliament. So this is about Liberia, right? So we shouldn't encourage that. If Prophet Key will change, he should change now. We shouldn't wait for him to get in the parliament or in the Senate before he can change. So this is about Liberia. This is not just about Liberian. And with Mary Bra, I'm happy to hear that, the plenary in the House of Representatives are inviting her to talk to
Yeah.
her about this. No Liberian should be abused, or violated in their own country. No one has that right. Not even the president of Liberia has that right to do that to any Liberian. At least we talk about Maribra, who does not have any power to do that. And so I encourage the Liberian House of Representative to do the right thing. She has to show some regard for our institutions. She has to respect Liberian laws. Okay, she has to do that because she's not above the law. She cannot continue to violate the law and go scot-free in doing that. That is why we are a country. We should be a country of laws and order. And Maribor is noted of violating Liberian's laws. So that should be discouraged. I hope she learn from that. I hope she repent from those acts because Liberians don't deserve that from her. And I applaud the government for the Bassetana program. I hope that it is, it, it goes well. We pray that everything that is planned goes well. People that will visit our country will experience our culture, will experience the goodness of our people, and they will be safe until they return back to where they came from. So I commend the government for that. I commend them from starting that. It is going to be an entire year of programming. We all should support it. We should pray, that things go well and that it yields the dividends that it's supposed to yield, and that people will get to know about our country. That would be my closing today.
Yeah, yeah. Just to read one final comment from big brother Abraham Walker. Yeah, he made a very nice contribution here. I believe it's a question or so, but let me read it and we can think about it. He said, "Have you have you considered another reason for the bicentennial celebration being an avenue for the awesome administration to introduce themselves to Biden's government using the African American community, his strongest using the African community, his strongest support. So again, the same thing we're talking about, opening doors for Liberia.
Yeah,
Open
I think uh, Mr. Walker's point is that when we get the African community involved into the Bassetana program,
yeah.
being that they are a strong voting bloc for Joe Biden, they could be
Yeah.
an influence to connect Liberian government with the Biden administration. I think that's the
Yeah,
point,
exactly.
and that's a valid
Exactly.
point.
Valid
That's
point.
why we all should support the Bassetana program, and we pray that it become a success. Thank you,
And
Mr. Kuma. Let me say
and
thank you to every one of you that participated, that sent us your comments. Uh, Liberia is the only country we have. Let us continue to pray for Liberia. Let us pray for the progress of Liberia, and let us hope and pray that the coming 2023 elections go well, and that we all going to participate and make sure that we listen to the candidates, we get to know the candidates, not just presidential candidates, but also senatorial candidates and representative candidates as well, so that we will put forward the best for the next 6 years, because Liberia need the best.
big
Until
big
next
thanks.
week.
Big thanks to Big Brother AB. We will love to have you on the show here soon. Please, please inbox me. We will be sending you an invite soon. Please,
Yeah.
please inbox me. I would love to have you. Take it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
Well,
Have a wonderful service tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing and talking with you next Saturday. God bless you then. Bye bye.
thanks, Pastor Wolo.
Thank you, Minister Kuma.